I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahushai is who the world innately calls Jesus the Christ. The honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit, but willing that they can continue to endure and be sincere. Almighty Shalom to the hopeful elect in the same Spirit, teaching His word and believing His word, but willing that they can continue to endure and be sincere. And Shalom to the Akwatiyam that are believers of His faith and His truth, but willing that you continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing to most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that is not in the faith. Right? This is directed towards the men, right? And even towards the men, you know, the men are, you know, the guardians of the whole nation of Israel. Right? Specifically talking about the elect. I am specifically talking about the elect, the men of the Lord on this side that the Lord is actually dealing with. And I think it was Genesis, the 4th chapter, verse 9, that brought me to wanting to do this video, right? Because when Cain said, "Am I my brother's keeper?" So let's actually go to it. Genesis 4:9. It says, "And Yahweh said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper?" Right? And yes, we're supposed to be our brother's keeper, right? But really, when we look at this, you know, at these scriptures, or when we look at this ministry, right? When we look at the people of the Lord, you know, of course, you know, Proverbs 8:4, Ezekiel 34 and 31, the Lord set up the men, right? The men are the guardians, right? And we're going to see it, right? To be a keeper.
Strong's H 8104. Shamar.
Shamar, right? And the biblical usage is to keep, guard, observe, give heed, right? To keep, have charge of, to keep, guard, keep watch, and ward and protect, save life, right? And you got to know that Cain was the elder brother, right? But really, you know, when it comes to this faith, you know, especially when you're teaching, right? When we look at the law that was given to Moses from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Moses was a guard, right? He was helping Israel to be in alignment, right? To knowing, hey, this is what you can do, this is what you can't do, right? The men of the Lord, which is the prophets, the apostles, the evangelists, the teachers, the pastors of this word, right? Yahushai is the example of a brother's keeper, right? Him coming down and laying his life down for the nation of Israel as a perfect sacrifice, right? Again, where it says to keep, guard, keep watch, and ward, and protect, and save life, right? Keep watch, that goes with the next one, watchmen, right? Ezekiel chapter 3, Ezekiel 33, all around the scriptures, the watchmen of the Lord are keeping watch on, threats coming, right? The sword coming, right? The watchmen are the ones to prepare you for the prophecies by teaching you, right? To watch for, wait for, watch, observe, keep, retain, treasure up, right? Keep, restrain, to observe, celebrate. I see it says keep, Sabbath, or covenant, or commands, perform, right? Hey, that's another one. That goes with what I said about Moses, right? Just for the Heavenly Father, right, to give us the law through Moses, right? The Lord allowed him to understand what we can do, right? So when we do the things that we can do, we're able to observe what we can't do, let alone the nations that we are around, right? To keep, preserve, to protect, to keep, to be on one's guard, take heed, take care, beware. And really, I'm not saying I am the elect I'm pursuing to be. I'm not going to lie. I'm pursuing to be of that number, right? The 144,000 or just the elect in general. But to be a man, you know, that's pushed to have a strive to teach in His word, you know, we have to be on guard, right? Brothers have to be aware on false doctrine. Brothers have to be aware on what our adversaries is doing. Things that line up with the scriptures, we supposed to tell you, right? A guard is keeping watch. Hey, Hey, don't go over there. There's alligators in that water. Just using it as an example, right? We supposed to be on watch, right? It says to keep oneself, refrain, abstain, right? To keep, be guarded, to keep, pay heed, to keep oneself from, right? And when we even look at David when he committed a sin, right? Laying with Uriah's wife, right? The Spirit of the Lord hopped on Nathaniel, and then he had spoke unto him, and then David repented. What if we didn't have somebody right beside us to tell us when we actually went off? You know, that's somebody that's their brother's keeper, right? To hedge, right, which is a covering, right, about as with thorns, a guard, generally, right, or to protect, to or attend to, right, be word, be circumspect, right, be cautious, right. If you have if I'm my brother's keeper, I should be cautious on where my brother go, right? Like say if he out, like what the elder apostles always say, especially in this time, watch out for being around big crowds. You might have a brother that say, hey, whatever you doing this weekend, yo, be careful, right? That's your brother's keeper. Him not even being next to you if you go is him using his words. That's like a warning, you know? Because then say something happened and he'd be like, through the Spirit, hey, how was your weekend? Did you go do what you said you was going to do? Man, I did. Man, a fight damn near broke out. You know? A brother's keeper is giving you word. A brother's keeper is on guard. They're a guardian, right? They're keeping watch, right? It says, take heed to oneself, keeper, self, mark, look narrowly, right? Because this path is a narrow path. Right? And if somebody is a brother's keeper, he's trying to keep you on a straight and narrow. Wow, yeah, I want to be kept on a straight and narrow. Preserve, regard, reserves, safe self, sure, that lay wait for, watchman, right? All together, you know, we could look at the word a watchman, you know. That's why Cain should have been looking, observing his brother's sacrifice instead of getting jealous. You go to Galatians, the 5th chapter, what can't get in the kingdom is emulation. When you go get the homology or the concordance for the word emulation, it means jealousy, right? Look at in the Hebrew lexicon, it says, in the top, it says to keep watch, to guard, in a narrow sense, right? A narrow sense, right? You got another one where it's used of prophets, right? Because a prophet is an example of a guardian, right? Now you could click this and look that up for yourself too, right? But the main point of this lesson is that yes, we should be the keepers of our brothers, man, and our sisters, man. Look, even just this example, because I said, you know, the law that was given to Moses from Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Exodus 16:28, it says, and Yahweh said unto Moses, how long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws, right? Even the Heavenly Father is an example of being a keeper, right? A brother's keeper, right? That's why Yahushua had to come, right? We're a sinful nation, and the Lord set up a perfect sacrifice, which is Hamashiach Yahushai. You know, that's the Lord looking out for us. That's a prime example of being your brother's keeper, looking out for their best interest. Yes, we're in the flesh, right? But for us to get that crown, and in order for us to get that glory, we must suffer, right? And you must strive for it, right? We got multiple examples. Let me get this one right here. Yeah, let me just get this one right here. In Ezekiel 34, verse 31, it says, and ye my flock, the flock of my pastures are men, and I am your power, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai power, right? So the men of the Lord, they should be guardians of the other men, right? Like when Moses was dealing with the major matters and the 50 officials was handling the least matters, right? Moses is the guardian over them. He's keeping watch. Because say if like the, you know, his elder, or his father-in-law, if they can't handle that least matter, they can bring it unto Moses, right? And Moses can deal with it. But really, when the Lord puts you in a high position, like a king, right, a prince, a soldier, you're supposed to keep watch. What did the Lord tell, I think it was Ezekiel? Look at the state of your flock, right? And that's a guardian. What is a shepherd? He's a guardian. The shepherd is keeping watch of the herd, right? And Hamashiach Yahushai is the prime example, right? Or what is it? Psalms 23, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, right? Because he's keeping watch. He knows what you need. He knows what the food that you want, right? Because if just like having a dog, right, in your household, or a cat, you're a keeper of that animal. And that animal is looking forward for you to feed them and drink them. When the animal, when they hungry, they got to go to the bathroom, they bark, right? For us, the Lord know what we need. That's why the Lord said Yahushua said in the gospel, we're more valuable than a sparrow, right? And they don't, the Lord feeds them. It's a natural thing. So the Lord knows what we need. Hunger, nakedness, and thirst. The Lord provides, because he's a prime example of a shepherd or a keeper, right? And we must be a keeper in these days, especially in this time, right? Seeing a lot of brothers just get sifted out. Those were not examples of shepherds. Those was not examples of brothers keepers, because there's going to be a lot of men, that even women, right, that's going to lead you in the wrong direction, right? A keeper is leading you on a narrow path and moving you in a single eye, right? Because a single eye, you're moving straight. You're pressing towards the mark, right? So Lord willing, this was edifying, this small commentary, and really just meditate on, think about it, and cleave unto your keeper, right? Because your keeper is going to keep guard, and your keeper wants the best for you. Your keeper is going to correct, discipline, let alone if they're going to pave the way for you to walk. Just like if it's a blizzard and you walking behind somebody, the first person is making the steps that you could just follow through with, And I would say, just for me, and just humbly saying, for my elder apostles and the elders, and the men on down, those are my keepers, let alone the brothers that I labor with. Regardless if one's first, second, or third, right? When brothers got your back, if you say something wrong, hey, if you're not feeling right, a brother praying for you, a brother, hey, you could be you got a plague of the mind, a brother be like, hey, you'll do this. Guess what? The brothers I labor with are even my brother's keepers, man. Right? They're on guard for me, just like I'm them for them. Right? It's like a cycle action, right? They look out for me, I look out for them, And this is how the true children of Yahweh Shem Yahushua should be towards one another. And that's why the example of the elect, you would look at Abel. He had a righteous sacrifice, right? But Cain was jealous and he killed his brother. That's why the Lord said to the Pharisees, you are of your father the devil. He was a murderer in the beginning, right? We want to be our brother's keeper. What if Abel was older and Cain had, you got to look at, if it was Abel, and if Abel was already a just man, he probably would have never stabbed his brother. He would have took the example like, oh, look at him. This is why we're supposed to look at righteous role models, right? Instead of getting jealous, right? Or envious, But Lord willing, us to edifying again, all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakwadash. And with that, Shalom.